Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
We keep joking that it's getting better every week, but
can you only be positively for so long?
no, it lasts forever.
It seems to be. I don't think we're ever getting out of this this little purple patch we're in. I think this is it now.
It doesn't. It feels that way. Like, I think we can't underestimate how good this patch is because no one's ever done it.
Yeah.
So, kind of, if you said to me 6 weeks ago,
Yeah.
during that kind of winter break kind of time,
Mhm.
that you'd beat someone, let's say they say you beat West Ham away,
Yep.
I'd be like, oh, good.
That's tough.
If they said you're going to beat them 4-0,
Uh-huh.
I would go, oh, wow, yeah, that would be a good day.
Yeah.
If someone said you're going to beat them 6-0, I'd be like, oh, that is the highlight of the season.
Yeah. That's it. That's the one and done.
Now, on top of that, if you said you're also going to beat Liverpool, I would go, oh, okay, now what's happening here?
Who we're currently in a title race with as well, like that situation.
Yeah, are we going to have the craziest, season ever in the second half of the season? And then if someone said you're going to go away to Forest, the team you keep losing away at, you're going to beat them. Then you're going to go to Burnley, which is forever. Turf Moor's been a horrific ground for us.
These are all bogey teams.
But you're gonna go there and win 5-0.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go to Sheffield United, this bogey team, and you're gonna win 6-0. And then you're gonna play Newcastle, who you drew 0-0 because of the low block last year. You're gonna win 4-1.
Who are also supposed to be in the title discussion this
The
year.
most expensive, well, not the most expensive team, the richest team in the world.
Yeah.
If you'd said all this 6 weeks ago, individually,
Mm.
all of those things would have freaked me out.
Yeah.
But then they just happened in 7 games in a row.
Yep.
So we are 7 games in to the 2024, 31 goals scored, 3 goals conceded.
Woo.
I think it's 6 shots on goal.
Yep.
Like on target. And we're giving away less than 2 XG for that whole time.
Jeez.
Which is...
When can we start enjoying this? Because, I mean, I'm still a little bit nervous. Like, I still have that little bit of, like, Arsenal PTSD of, okay, it can't last forever.
That's the thing is, I don't know. Because if you look at it, we've now done, because if we're doing the stats to start this off,
Yeah.
we got three away games with 5 goals or more in, which has never been done in the Premier League.
Yeah.
31 goals in 7 games in the Premier League is the best record ever.
Yeah.
And to score that many, but with the amount of goals conceded, is now also the record.
Yeah.
So we've broken all these records. The next away game is the Etihad.
Yep.
So I don't think the records are going to continue.
Yep.
We're not going to go there and win 5-0.
Uh-huh.
I'd be happy to go get a draw. But it feels like we're coming to the end of this patch. But I do remember, do you remember Project 24?
Yes. Yeah.
This was, I don't know what year, this was 2021 maybe.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time where we said, if we want to get to Europe or get top 4, we have to do Project 24. And I think it was to start, not the season, but it was almost like what we're doing now, the start of the following year. We had to win, I think it was 8 in a row. Is that 3 games? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had to win 8 in a row. And everyone was like, Project 24, can we do Project 24? And we didn't. No. We got close. But I remember at the start of this season, I think us and Simon, who is away on embassy duty today.
Embassy duty.
He obviously keep an eye on his socials because he's off to America to do a tour around the Northeast for wrestling and theatre combined. So go enjoy that. And obviously, as always, because before we get too deep into this, we're live on TikTok every single week. This time, TikTok, Gunners Are Us podcast. And we got people saying, we got RS saying Porto and City will beat you. And then Arteta will be out. We got others saying Gunners, Tash Tactic. Appreciate that, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Payback Sheffield. Exactly. Payback Sheffield. But yeah, so we talked about this Project 24. I remember us in our WhatsApp group saying, to start this new year, could we really go and win, 6 in a row? I think we said 6 in a row, and that included Newcastle and Liverpool. And we were like, I think we all kind of agreed that if it wasn't Project 24, it's Project 18.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, we could probably get 13, 14 points from it.
Yeah.
We're now 1 game beyond that project, having won all of them, which is not what we expected. And I know there's a lot of people that keep saying, you haven't really played anyone in that time. But I mean, Newcastle, Liverpool, and then the away games of West Ham, Burnley, Sheffield United,
Both
Forest.
teams,
Yeah. these are horrible games. Horrible games we don't want to necessarily play all the time. But I mean, I don't know. You can't underestimate how good this little patch is because it's kind of just happening and we're kind of accepting it now because, going 4-0 up after 20 minutes is not normal. It's not normal.
But
it was crazy.
It's not just the points either. Like, it's the goals. Like, the goal difference now, we are superior. We are very rarely, look at that Saka, if you're watching this, Saka Starbucks Cup. Yeah, it's the goal difference. Like, we've now pushed our goal difference ahead of everyone, which we rarely are in that position. Like, anytime we've been in, like, some kind of title race, last season, in the last 20 years.
Yeah, one time. We've been in one for 20 years.
That's good. And our goal difference was nowhere near City's. So we knew that was always looming. Now we've smashed goals. And people always say that each game should be like a cup final. So win each game as if it's a cup final. We're not just winning each game as if it's a cup final. We're trying to thrash teams purposely. And we're doing it. Like, it's not even... like, let's say Arteta's actually said to them, we need to get lots of goals. They're actually scoring lots of goals, which in the Premier League, really hard to do.
It's really hard to even win a game. We got George over on TikTok saying City will still win the league. Yeah, we were aware.
Probably.
Yeah, very likely.
Probably.
But we can't underestimate just how good this little patch has been. It is. People forget. I think people get ahead of themselves and we look down. So people, for example, oh, you won a Carabao Cup. Oh, it's just a Carabao Cup. 90% of teams that you support out there haven't won a trophy in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So don't snuff your nose at a Carabao Cup. To win a game in the Premier League is really hard. Look at Burnley, Sheffield United. Look at a lot of teams that just want to win that one extra game.
Yeah.
To then beat a team like a Liverpool, which we have this year, we've taken 4 points off of them.
A direct rival.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
To come third in the Premier League is really impressive. Come second is really impressive.
Yeah.
Jack in the TikTok saying Liverpool or Arsenal will win the league, City will fall off. It's weird because I think if you watched all three teams and you didn't know the history of any of the teams, anything, I think everyone would agree Arsenal will win the league.
Oh, if you were brand new to the Premier League watching this play out, you would look at Arsenal. It's weird to say because normally you can't think that positively because you're nervous. But if you were just looking at it, like my girlfriend, for example, she doesn't watch football, never has until now. The way she sees it is every time I watch an Arsenal game, she's expecting us to score at least 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah, it's not normal.
So to an outsider, we look unreal. I know as Arsenal fans, we're still nervous. So we're like, this is going to end soon. This is too good to be true. But as an outsider, you look in, you see Arsenal banging goals. You see Liverpool grinding out wins. City they're slow to get going a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So if you were watching it from the outside, you would see it as Arsenal, Liverpool, City, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So if that's how it's going to go, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, I'm just looking across TikTok. George says Arsenal can't afford injuries at this stage. No. Exactly, because that's what I mean by almost if you remove the history of all of the teams, if you were just jumping in right now, you go, oh, Arsenal are the best team, so they'll win the league. But we all know, with Arsenal, with the history of injuries or, in quotations, bottling it.
Yeah.
City always become robotic at this point. We got Jack saying he's a Rangers fan and he wants Arsenal to win the league.
And thank you.
There's comments coming in everywhere.
It's weird to see outside, like fans, like there's Carter in the chat as well as a Chelsea fan. It's weird to see other fans being positive about Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's a lot of like, they're not quite ready. They're not there yet. They concede goals or like they look a bit shaky in places on the pitch. Nowhere's looking shaky at the minute. Every single position is filled. We've now got players coming back in Partey. Timber's about to come back.
We got Vieira, Zinchenko.
Tomiyasu's now back.
Yeah. We were definitely getting fit at the right time. We got someone over on TikTok saying Kai Havertz is better than Messi or Benzema. Hey, we'll take it at this point. 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz does score again.
I'll say this about Kai Havertz. Whatever he does, it turns to gold.
It seems to be working.
Yeah.
We'll take it. I like Kai. But getting back, because we were kind of going through the stats. The last stat I wanted to mention was Saliba in that game made 169 passes.
Wow.
Which is 25 more than Sheffield United made in the whole game.
Wow. And
he also became the most passes by an Arsenal player in one game in history.
Wow.
He beat Santi Cazorla. He's now 4th all-time in the Premier League history with most passes in one particular game. Oof. Above him is only City players. And I got to assume that's David Silva.
Oh, yeah.
Bernardo Silva and, I don't know, De Bruyne or company or someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're kind of breaking all these stats. And like I said, really don't want to kind of underestimate that because as we all know, chances are it's a three-way tie. You got 33% chance of winning this.
Yep.
You assume City are going to win it.
Yeah.
Klopp have got some kind of voodoo on his team with it being his last year.
Yeah.
Arsenal playing really good football. It's anyone's game, but I do look at the fixtures coming up, and I think Arsenal might fall off a tiny bit.
We're in a tough spot going forward now.
Yeah,
but if, like you said, if we look back on those past like 6 or 7 games, you would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
So can we continue it? That's the question now. Like, is it possible that Arteta's put something in place with this group of players that they can keep replicating this week to week?
Yeah. It's so hard to know what's going to happen. But I mean, we're away at Wolves, we're away at Brighton, we're away at United, we're away at Spurs, and we're away at City. When you, again, like I said at the start of the season, when you start this year, when you looked at the next 8 games, you thought, could we win half of them?
Yeah.
And that seemed like daunting. We've ended up winning 7 out of the 8. And if we beat Brentford, we go top before the big City Liverpool game. But now we're looking at another. I'm naming the away games.
Yeah.
The home games also include
Brentford.
Brentford straight away off the bat. I think we have Villa, we have Luton, Everton. I can't remember the other one. But I mean, it's getting to that point of the seat Chelsea.
Yep.
Any of these games I've just mentioned, other than maybe Brentford at home, you've got to hope we can win that with the Brentford form at the minute. With Worcester coming back, things like that, it does feel like maybe there's an opportunity for them. But when you look at Brentford at home, Luton at home, and Everton at home, but Everton's the last day of the season. So what are they fighting for at that point?
Yeah.
You look at that's 9 points. I mean, we've got 11 games left, maybe 10. I think it's 11 with Brentford. I can't see us winning. Like, if you name those 5 away games, we're not going to beat City away.
No.
But if we could get a draw.
Yeah.
But I mean, Wolves are tricky.
That's hard.
Again, if we're playing the exact way we're playing right this second, I think we do beat Wolves and we do beat Brighton. Because you got to think Brighton are losing 3 or 4-0 to places like Luton.
Yeah, true. Brighton are a bit shaky.
But on paper, when you look at it, but when you look at Liverpool's run-in, it looks a lot more favourable post-City.
Yeah.
Man City's one is in the middle somewhere. So when you do look at it, Liverpool are top currently. If they can get a point or even 3 points from City at Anfield this week, it will take some stopping for Liverpool because they got a couple of players starting to appear. And as the season goes, you'll see Salah come back fully. You won't see Jota, unfortunately, but you'll see these players start popping up, and Trent and Robertson's playing every game, and you just go, they're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And
they become the safe bet, yeah.
They've had injuries. They've not been great. It's just been very kind of sus. George in the chat has just asked any news on Martinelli's injury on Monday night. So apparently it was a small cut. So I don't know time out. He might miss the Brentford game because I assume that means a stitch, something like that, and with a boot and stuff. But I mean, I think we could potentially leave him out and bring him back for Porto on the following Tuesday.
That'd be the safe bet.
That would be the safest bet. But for me, I think it's you do Trossard, you leave Martinelli out and just let that recover.
Yeah.
That couple extra days. And Saka's injury was just illness. So he should be back fully back. Grant Bell has said, never say never, lads. Exactly. I'm going to enjoy it because I talk about it in NFL terms. 31 teams lose a season. 1 team wins a season. In the Premier League, we have the option of FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, things like that. But we do also understand that, top 4 is not a trophy, but top 4 is an achievement. For example, if you asked a Man United fan, could you, get top 4 right now? They'd bite your hand off at any idea of it. Whereas coming second or third is in this weird gap between winning the league and just getting Europe. You're also guaranteeing Europe, which is a huge thing. But it's also a massive achievement, especially behind this City and Liverpool team.
Yeah.
The Klopp-Pep era will go down as the most awkward, horrid era to get anything from them. We tried last year.
Yep.
We failed in the end. We're trying again this year, but this year we've got Liverpool as well. So we've got both the two-headed snake, essentially.
Yeah.
What will be. But I'm going to certainly enjoy not just the season, but I mean, this purple patch has just been unreal. Like, even at the end of the season, if we come 4th, I'm going to look back and go, how good was the start of the year, though? Because just to enjoy every game that much, it's just been so much fun.
Yeah, to be in the conversation and actually enjoy the journey is massive. Because you got to think, the end of the season, there's one winner, like you said.
Yeah.
That's one day of enjoyment. Obviously, you're going to live on that forever, but you've got to enjoy the actual process of the season. Like that's what we're all tuning in, week out, having these conversations like we are now.
Exactly.
This is the journey. So enjoy the journey. And you're talking about the Klopp-Pep era, which is what we're in now, which is probably since Ferguson and Wenger, one of the most dominant duo manager situations we've had.
Yeah.
We've got a first-time manager.
So this is the other thing. I've written it down, give Arteta his flowers. It is not normal for a first-time manager to take, he's doing what Klopp did at Liverpool. He's taking a team that are coming 8th. Yep. They're a sleeping giant, in quotations again, sleeping giant. But he's taking them, and then what he's had to do is get rid of a lot of high wage bill, bring in a lot of players under the price tag that you'd want.
That fit his mold.
To fit the mold. And you can't do that all in 1 year. It takes 4 or 5 seasons. Arteta said it when he joined. Klopp said it when he joined. You have to turn over these talent. You have to kind of use certain talents for longer than you want to, just to get by to the next window, to create this new bit of money to do this. Arteta this year, I think, is the first year where, minus maybe a Cedric, he is 99% happy with that squad. And they're the players he wants. And this is the first year where he said, in the 4th year, we look to, win a league.
Yep.
And he's not doing it, but I mean, he's in the conversation. When he said that, I remember him saying, after 3 years, we were back in Champions League. After 4 years, we win the league. After 5 years, we win the Champions League. And I just went, I don't, if in 5 years we're back in the Champions League, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's done this, and we talk about how good Klopp is, and Klopp's won 8 trophies in 8 years, and it still could be more, because he could win Europa Cup, he could still win the Premier League. So he could do 10 in 8.
Yeah.
Arteta, and this is including 2 Community Shields and Carabao Cups, Arteta's won an FA Cup and 2 Community Shields. 3 and 4 years. If you were to pick up a major this year, which is all that he's in for now, he would be 4 and 4, which he's on course to do what Klopp's been doing.
Yeah.
Again, he has to pick off the big ones like Klopp did, the Premier League, the Champions League, the Super Cup, because again, a lot of Klopp's major ones are the Super Cup and the Club World Cup, which a lot of people don't count, like the Community Shield. But he's done that as an experienced world-class manager across Europe. Arteta, this is his first ever attempt at being a manager. He's gone in at a high club.
Yep.
They were potentially lower than Liverpool, the point in which he took over.
It was a mess.
And he's done well, even if it's ended tomorrow, if at the end of the season he walked away, I would think it was the best. I think he deserves a statue, because he brought actual enjoyment back to a club that was hating life. There was not people in the stands. People couldn't stand the players. People couldn't deal with social media of, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe, Guendouzi, these types of players that were doing all these weird, like Maitland-Niles and Fofty. This banter era he took over was very similar to Liverpool's, but I'd say it's worse.
Yeah.
And he's got us challenging. You got to think Klopp challenged six times out of 6.
Yeah.
6 times out of 7 and won the league once.
Yeah.
If Arteta's challenged once already, he's already done what Klopp did.
Yeah.
He's now challenging again.
Yeah.
If he picks off a Premier League, he's going to be named up there with the likes of Klopp and that in Premier League history. And he's really set himself up, because if you look at the way we're playing, this is going to, if they can keep the players, the quality players and the manager, they're going to play this way for the next few years. They're all young. People laughed at us when we bought Ben White.
Yeah.
And certain players, Odegaard, that were young.
Havertz. Too much, they said.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're going like Rice is actually a bargain somehow.
Yeah.
But it's just, when you look at it, you just go, when will he get his flowers? Does he have to, does he get them when he wins the Champions League or the Premier League? Like, if this year, let's say, we win one of the two, will then everyone be like, wow, look at the job he's done over 4.5 years? Or, will it only happen in 5 years' time when he's gone and whatever he's done in the past? Because I feel like people were talking about how good Klopp was after about 2 years, because he would fist bump the crowd and get his whole team to go look at them or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because he doesn't have the allure that Klopp does, for example. Because I mean, we're talking about over celebrating in the past and all this silliness. Klopp is fist bumping after Luton at home and stuff, and everyone's laughing. Pep Guardiola grabbed a 4th official this week and started like shouting at him as a joke. People laughing. Arteta literally pumps his fist and they go, "This is disgusting."
I think
so. I don't know if people just dislike the guy, so he might never get him.
I think there is a different vibe around Arteta to because everyone, including myself, fell for Klopp when he was the Dortmund manager. we'd all watch those Champions League games where what he done at Dortmund, everyone thought, that's fun. I like that guy. Very likable. Brings an atmosphere, brings a vibe.
By the way, I love Klopp.
Yeah, brings a work rate. Like, he's a great manager. It took the back work he did to then when he came to the Premier League, everyone was like, good, we get to see Klopp week in, week out. No one, the Arteta thing is untested. Like, we don't know much about him as a manager other than what he's done so far. And if you're going on what he's done so far, it's incredible.
Yeah.
But it will take a little cherry on top of some kind of major trophy like the Champions League or the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be when he gets his flowers. My only concern with Arteta is how good he is and the job he's done. There's going to be a lot of snooping for him.
Yeah, because again, if he went to Spain and was doing what he did now with Barcelona, who are kind of struggling a little bit, and let's say he's got a connection there. If he goes and does that there, the media will talk about how amazing he is, whereas here he'll never get this.
No.
ALFCFC, so Chelsea fan, said, will it be a failure if you come second this year and get to the semis in the Champions League? For me, no. I think if someone said that at the start of the season, I didn't know if last year was a one-off.
Yeah.
So if I was going to become second again, I would have taken it. And I still would, because, again, I don't know if it's the PTSD of being an Arsenal fan. I assume that Liverpool City will win the league.
Yep.
Or what? Because I tried to explain this to a friend of mine. Last year, I never once actually thought we're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Even when we were 8 points clear, even when stuff went wrong, I was like, well, yeah, we knew this would happen.
Yeah.
Because I was just trying to get top 4.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get ahead of yourself, but I never kind of did, because I just assumed City would do that thing where they win 30 games in a row or something.
Yeah.
To end the season. This year, going into the season, I just hoped we'd be half as good as we were last year.
Yeah.
We've ended up being better.
Yeah.
So and
it's not a fluke. That's the thing. That's the big thing. It's not a fluke, and it's all progression.
Yeah, and this is all benefit, because to me, it's like, now I'm excited for next season, because I feel like we will challenge again, and we will be in the Champions League again, and we will be another year more mature and another year with better tactics. And that excites me, because it's not one of these, like last year, I thought once the season ended, I was like, oh God, what are we doing next?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? Whereas now I feel like stability. So a second and a semi, I'd be happy with. I just wanted to see a knockout Champions League game at the Emirates again.
Yeah.
This is a crazy stat. I'm 35. I've not seen Arsenal win a knockout game since I was 18.
Wow.
In the Champions League. That's half my life ago.
Yeah.
Which is a very scary stat. And we still haven't, because we lost to Porto.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting past Porto, to be honest. But all I wanted to see was the Emirates.
Yeah.
8 o'clock kickoff. Knockout stages. Flags are out. The light is out still. The sun's still slightly up. It eventually goes into darkness. That at the start of the season was my kind of, I can't wait to see that.
You want those big time consequence games.
Yeah, and we're looking at that this week. Like in the next 7 days, we're going to see that.
Yeah.
And again, it could be the last time we see it this season. But God, I hope we get through Porto just to keep that alive. But I do think if we do get through Porto, with those 5 away games I mentioned in the league, it could get very dicey for us. Because we probably have the deepest squad, maybe with City's.
Yeah.
Currently, because City have no injuries other than Grealish. We can fight on that many fronts. I just, again, PTSD wise, I go, but we can't.
There's
so I assume we can't. But I could talk about this genuinely for hours, but I don't know what's going to happen this season. But yeah, if you said right now you're going to come second and come semis, would there be 50% of me that's a little bit disappointed? Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think 50%, I'll just be like, oh, good, we didn't come third.
Yeah.
We didn't drop down to 4th, or we didn't go out to Porto. So I don't know. If you ask me again in 6 weeks' time, I might have a better answer, because as if we lose 3 in the trot and go out to Porto, I might be clambering to come second.
Yeah.
Just so it's hard to know. But right now, we do look in good stead. Tomiyasu, Timber, Zinchenko. That was the crazy thing about that Sheffield United game that I really loved. In the second half, Saka was unwell, so Vieira came on. We haven't seen Vieira in 2-3 months.
Yeah.
As the game went on, we took off Jorginho for Partey.
Yeah.
And his first touch was really bad. Overall, he looked very rusty. But the difference between bringing him on late than El Nani, which we've been doing, to bring Jesus on late to go up front instead of Nketiah, to bring Vieira in instead of Smith Rowe. By the way, I'm a big Smith Rowe fan. I put Smith Rowe at the top of all of this, but it's slightly different. to bring in Trossard instead of Nelson.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the last 3-4 weeks, even though we've been in the great patch, when it got to 60 minutes, we brought on Nelson and Nketiah, Smith Rowe, and El Nani in the last kind of 20 minutes.
And everything kind of dropped
and
off
it kind of slowly died into a nothing. And I don't know if it's the players or whether it's just kind of tiredness and the game's won, don't tear a hamstring, nothing like that. But to go from those guys, and then almost in 1 week, we've gone to, and again, Cedric, someone described Cedric as Arteta's celebratory cigar.
Yeah.
He only brings them out when we're 6-0 up. And it's just to parade him around to be like, look, we've won. Cedric is here.
Yeah, that's a good state to be in. I mean, like you said, those players come on in that game with Sheffield United.
You're almost improving the team somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we were still pushing for goals when they came on, and it looked like we could get them.
Yeah.
So the game didn't drop off when those players appeared.
The style seemed to change slightly. Like Partey, because Partey's a lot more kind of progressive in the way he passes it. So he wants to go over the top to Jesus. But what was nice was there was a couple of things. I mentioned it last week. I thought we were preparing for Porto by the way we played against Newcastle. So we tried to come out the blocks quick. We started to score. The way in which we were doing kind of set pieces, it felt like they were trying something to try and figure out Porto.
Yeah.
It felt like this week, if you remember, we took a lot of short corners.
Yeah.
I think that was live practice for Porto, because I think we know what Porto are going to do. They do not want our set pieces.
Nope.
So they're going to hit the deck and they're going to win fouls, all this kind of stuff. There's a question in the TikTok. What do you think of Tottenham? It's shit, isn't it?
Hey.
What do you think of the shit, isn't it? I think it's Tottenham. Thank you. That's all right.
Hey.
I think it was a prep this week for Sheffield United. For example, at the start of the game, Jorginho said you could see him shouting to the team, we start fast, we score.
Yeah.
And he was shouting it. When we scored the first goal, I think Jorginho came over again and he said, we go again. We have to score. We have to score.
0-0.
Yeah. Well, again, that came after 4 goals. Rice said it's 0. No, Ben White said it's 0-0 to the team as they were kind of celebrating. There's obviously, they put something on it. And when Rice did score the 5th, he did a 3 sign.
Yeah.
Which was to say that we've scored 5 or more goals in 3 games running, which is a history. So they're aware of these stats they're trying to break, which means they went out with the intention to score more than 5.
That's wild.
Which again, some would say most teams go out to score 5 every game. Yeah, but I mean, to then keep doing it and then actively seeing them on the field kind of going, we have to score another one.
Yeah.
When they don't. I do think a lot of it is prep for Porto because we are overturning a deficit.
Yep.
It's not a 3-goal deficit and we're having to get used to scoring 4 goals. But they're trying things. They know their set pieces became an issue because of the amount of fouls and the amount of time everything took.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're doing short corners because they're getting ready for something for Porto.
Yeah.
I think the quick start and trying to get 3-4 goals in the first half and make Porto come out is definitely their tactic. And that, again, very simplistic to say, you score 4 goals in the first half. That's a good way to start against Porto.
Yeah.
But I think the practice is good. I think it's them trying to get ready for that game and the pressure of it. And you have to come out quick. You have to score. You have to, take that tie away from Porto, make them come out, open up the space, and then we can get in.
Yeah.
So I do think a lot of this is prep.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Other than the Sheffield United game, the 2 injuries were the 2 downsides. But again, it was a cut and sickness.
Yeah. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, other than that, I was just so impressed with some players like Jorginho.
Yeah, wild. Stepping up.
Yeah, Declan Rice. I think Havertz, that's his place to lose now, that number 9 role.
Yeah.
I know people say he can't finish, things like that. I get that, but I mean, when you watch...
He did.
He did. And when you watch the Manchester derby, when you think Havertz gets 2 chances up front a game to actually score, and he scores 1 of the 2, then you go and watch Haaland. And again, he's the best goal scorer in the world. But I mean, he misses 5 chances before he scores 1.
Yep.
Sometimes there's such easy chances. I know he missed that real bad one.
Big open goal against United.
Yeah, but if you're looking at Havertz's all-round plays, build-up play, all that kind of stuff, that's good. His finishing, it's not no one's Haaland. No one can finish like him.
No.
But he also doesn't miss a million chances. And again, if you put prime Van Persie in the situation with Haaland's in, who scores more? Probably Van Persie. I've never seen a more clinical finisher.
Yeah.
So with Havertz, I just feel I'm happy with him there. It does kind of feel he's a very different player, like Giroud.
Similar.
I loved playing with Giroud up front, and
Mm.
he didn't score that many, but
Mm.
he just made the wingers play so much better, and he brought everyone in, and his build-up play was unreal.
Yeah.
But then when it came to finishing, you were like, I actually think Havertz might be better at finishing.
Yeah.
It's for me, Havertz stays. I don't know if you feel that way.
Yeah, there's just something about what he does to the team. It's not so much his finishing, because that will come, and it has. With confidence, he has got some goals now. I can't remember how many, but he has actually scored some goals. It's what he does to the overall shape and play of the team.
Yeah.
It's his work rate, which is something I didn't expect. When he came, work rate was at the bottom of my list of what he can do. So Arteta's morphed him into what he's supposed to be as a player, and I think he has found the position in the false nine.
Seems happy as well.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes it there. He's getting along with the play as well. He's fit right in. I think he's finally found his place, not just positionally, but within a team.
Yeah, it's really going to be another player that I wanted to give flowers was just Kiwior, a player that not really kind of featured, never kind of found his feet, played out of position a lot. He seems to be doing very well. He's a fantasy football now.
He's
the
top
most
form defender on fantasy football.
Yeah, and
he made my cut this week.
He did a look away assist this week. He's come in, and I think he's lost. I think he's conceded 1 goal in the 4 games or something like 2 goals. He's made us very secure. We play very differently because of him. But he's got 3 assists and a goal.
Yeah.
To put this next to other things, Enzo of Chelsea has 3 goals, no assists.
Yep.
So Kiwior has 1 more goal involvement than Enzo.
Yep.
From fullback, in 9 less games.
Yep.
So that's very good. But then you go and look at Bayer Leverkusen's fullbacks. They both just hit 10 goals, 10 assists.
Oh my goodness.
And that is when that's when you can really start talking.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I think we're getting there. And talk about Havertz. Kiwior is a player that I think has finally found his place in the team. It took him some time. The same way it took with Vieira. It took him, Fabio Vieira. It took him a little while to figure out exactly what his place in the team was and what he can add to the situation. And Kiwior's starting to do it.
Yeah.
Weirdly, starting to do it as we're gaining those players back.
Yeah.
Like a Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, and Timber. If you were given a choice right now with where Kiwior's at with this now, with those players coming back, would you replace him with one of those 3?
I think I would, but Sam Caverni in TikTok says Kiwior is better than Zinchenko. What I do like is, I think Zinchenko he was the reason we played the way we played last year.
Yeah.
Same as Gabriel Jesus. We might have moved beyond those 2.
Yeah.
More because of injuries than anything else. Adam says Zinchenko is West Ham levels at best. He's such a good player, but the liability is as a defender.
Yeah.
I think we're now seeing there's such a knock-on effect. We can play Kiwior as a standard left back.
Yeah.
Because Ben White is now inverting, but he doesn't always have to because we now have Partey and Jorginho in the middle. So usually what would happen is Zinchenko would step into midfield and sit with Rice. And that's what he wants. He wants a double pivot.
Yeah.
While still having 2 8s.
So the main goal with Zinchenko isn't necessarily the defensive side. It's more so
he's becoming a midfielder.
Adding to midfield, like a Trent is.
But what he's found now is he gets that because how bloody athletic Rice is. He's doing the left 8 role and also sitting next to Jorginho. So no one actually has to invert, which is probably the reason we're conceding less, is because we're not inverting any fullbacks.
Yeah.
We're actually staying with the back 4. But if you watched last night when we were attacking, Gabriel becomes a lone defender. Saliba goes right back. Kiwior goes left back. And Ben White doesn't necessarily invert. He's just beyond Saka at all times. So it's a really odd... I don't understand the formation, which I shouldn't understand it because I don't want any other teams to understand it. But they're doing something that's very different, very similar to what City are doing with Stones. He's almost playing as a number 10 from centre-back. It doesn't make any sense, but it's helping them win games, and we found our version of that.
Well, it just throws off everything that the other team has planned for us. That's the thing about Arteta's changing things in-game.
Yeah.
So he's reacting to what the other team is doing in the moment, which is very impressive, because normally managers will stick to their game plan no matter what and then change it at like half-time or something.
It's tough. He really is. And also that we've got so many versions of it. Like, when Zinchenko does come back, I'm sure we will see games where he inverts. Ben White, it becomes the right side. Gabriel becomes the left side. And Saliba becomes the lone the defender in the middle. And Zinchenko sits next to Rice. And will play just as well. Like, that's the cool thing. I think the plan was originally that it was going to be Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber.
Yeah.
I think this season he might have realised that he wants Ben White to play and Timber to be the left back.
Yeah.
And Zinchenko isn't a part of this team. Because I do think Timber would be better than Kiwior.
Yeah.
I think Kiwior is having a great spell. But I mean, until we play City, if it's Kiwior that starts that one, we'll truly know what he's like.
Yeah.
Because Zinchenko's had to go through the cities away and stuff, and also gone Burnley at home and threaded through 90 passes. But when you look at, we weren't scoring 5 or 6 goals a game last year.
No.
And we felt like that was a really aggressively attacking team.
Yeah.
This year we've become more defensive, but we're scoring more goals.
Yeah.
So the only things that have really changed is Havertz, and Zinchenko's not playing as much.
Yeah. And
again, I love Zinchenko. I would pay money to watch him play.
He brings this, he represents this new identity.
Yeah.
For me, he represents the new Arsenal. Like, the way he plays and what he brings to the team pulls everything together. But again, like I said, do you upset the balance with what Kiwior is doing?
I think you can do it. I think what he's doing is fine if Ben White stays back. If Zinchenko comes in for Kiwior, Ben White becomes a part of the 3, and then Zinchenko goes forward, like what Ben White's doing.
True.
But you always have to have those 3 solid, almost centre backs playing out position, which is what Kiwior is now.
Yeah.
Because like I said, when we attack, it's Kiwior, Gabriel, and Saliba as a 3, and Ben White's somewhere else. We don't know where, but he's somewhere. And I think it's the same the other way around. Ben White just stays back. Saliba comes to the middle one. Gabriel goes left back, and Zinchenko's tucked in somewhere. But again, it depends, because if Jorginho's playing, you don't need. It basically makes Zinchenko redundant.
Yeah.
Because he basically steps in and does the Jorginho role.
Yeah.
I think when Jorginho's playing, you don't need someone to step in and do Jorginho's role, because he's there. And again, that's why they're offering him a 1-year deal with a 1-year extension.
Yep.
I remember last year someone saying on Twitter, Arsenal will soon grow out of the Jesus Zinchenko. And Arteta wants to already kind of move beyond them.
Yeah.
And we've kind of seen that this year, more because of injury. But I think he's found a better style without them.
Yep.
I don't think that means they have to leave.
No.
It just means that's the depth. Because, like I said, if you start with Martinelli, Saka, and Havertz up front, when the options off the bench are Trossard, Vieira, and Jesus, you're almost like, oh, here we go. Like, any of them could change the game.
Yeah.
Or Smith Rowe. And then when you look in the middle, you've got Jorginho with Rice and Odegaard. All of a sudden, you can think, oh, Jorginho's getting tired. You can bring Rice back. You could bring Zinchenko on the left back. He inverts next to Rice. And then you bring on a Smith Rowe or someone to go left 8 or whatever it is, or they tuck in. If Ben White's getting tired, Tomiyasu comes on. You know, if Gabriel's getting tired, Kiwior comes on.
Yeah.
You know, Timber's there. Like, all of a sudden, I think there's just all these moving parts to make it a very solid team. But I just think Zinchenko and Jesus, for me, were the first people on the team sheet last year with Partey.
Yeah.
And Ramsdale.
Yeah.
And literally 1 year later, we've almost completely removed that spine. And it's now, everyone would probably put, obviously minus the Sakas and that of the world and Odegaard, it would be Raya, Saliba, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, and you'd feel happier with that.
Yeah. That's a big change in 1 year.
It is a big change, and the kind of people saw it coming. But what I'd like to say is, in 20 years' time, I hope we all remember Zinchenko and Jesus were such a important part of bringing people back to the Emirates and enjoying football again.
100%.
And before we move on to the Premier League Prediction League, Big Balls and TikTok has just said, is that David Seaman? That is David Seaman.
I'm the special guest this week.
If you'll help people listen to the podcast, Gunners Rush Podcast, iTunes and Spotify, definitely think we've got David Seaman on the show talking about Arsenal.
I need to remember my retro Arsenal goalkeeping shirt next week.
I'm going to call this episode, Is David Seaman on the Podcast? Just to see if we get extra listens. But we're going to move on to Prediction League. So this is where we do the 10 or whatever amount of games there are in the Premier League before our next podcast next Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we guess them. And Simon isn't here, but he still does the guessing. We have a league, and we'll get to that in a minute after our sponsors from SeatGeek.
Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring. We recently became a brand ambassador for them. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets. They have a 0 to 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or bad deal. Green is good, red is bad. Plus, our listeners get $20 off their first ticket purchase with our code TBA Wrestling. Click the link in the description to download the app. Remember code TBA Wrestling. Thanks again to SeatGeek.
And we are back with the Prediction League after our sponsors. Thank you, SeatGeek, for that. TBA Wrestling promo code. So last week I came last. I got 3 out of the 10, and I'm on 112. Simon got 5 out of the 10. He got 106. And Joe again.
Wow.
Like Arsenal, since the turn of the year, Joe's got 10, 5, 6, 5, 7.
Wow.
It's almost like an Arsenal score sheet.
It's like I know what I'm talking about.
But what I'd say is we've got... You're on 124, Simon 106, I'm on 112. So
goodness,
I'm still in second place, but I mean, you've got a 12-point gap now.
That's wild. And I think I took some risks last week as well, just to see what happened.
When I was going through it, I did there was a point where I had no points and you had 6. I only caught a couple at the end. I was like, oh my God, I might have got one more wrong. The only reason I knew I didn't was because I know I definitely went Arsenal.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So...
Quick shout out to, I think it was Tom in the chat last week as well. I don't know if he's come back, but I invited him to come back so we could have a joint celebration of the 6-0 prediction, because he helped me with that prediction last week. I did say 6 corners.
Don't think we scored any corners. No corners. There's no set pieces.
But shout out to Tom. I don't know if you're in there, but thank you.
Exactly. So the first match we got is Man United versus Everton. So on the TikTok, make sure you let us know what you think as well, just so we can read out a couple of these.
Yeah.
We got Man United versus Everton. Old Trafford, Man United coming off of a Fulham loss and then away to City.
Yeah. Is this a midday game?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a bit of fun.
So I've said this a few times. If this was at Goodison, I would definitely go Everton.
Yeah.
But I think earlier this season, Man United smashed them for 3-0. I think, again, a lot like Man United, a lot of the time, the underlying XG and underlying metrics all said Everton should have smashed them, but they still won 3-0. Man United's underlying metrics are very poor.
Yeah.
They win games and they're doing fine-ish, and they go on these spells. But when you watch it, it doesn't look right. But then when you look underneath it and you see how many shots they're facing, it's eventually going to come up to catch them, you know? You can't be spamming shots on your goal without eventually shipping 10 goals or something.
Yeah.
And again, I thought City might be that one. I predicted a Rashford counter-attack and hopefully Man United win.
Yep.
It started that way and it just ended not that way. But I don't think Everton are the team to do it. But I mean, Fulham are a very good team and they seem to be able to kind of pull them apart and counter-attack on them.
Yeah.
I don't think Everton can.
No.
I'm going to actually say 2-1 Man United, and it prolongs Ten Hag another week.
Yeah.
In the chat, we've already had 2-1 Everton.
Okay.
But I'm going to go 2-1 Man United.
Oof. So this is tough. Everything in me is telling me that Everton could do something here just because of how shaky Man United are these days. But I feel like I'm going to have to keep it solid and stick with a home Man United win.
I feel like you just follow me to not lose.
I'm bucking the bus now.
What's the score? And then go...
Ooh. 1-0 Man United.
There you go.
How long is Højlund out for, by the way?
I don't know.
What did he do?
I think it was a knock. I don't think it's long, but he's out for a bit. Just a couple of games, I think.
Yeah.
It'll probably be post-international break now because it's getting very close. And this is our Arsenal's last Premier League game for 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
So,
I don't get one on my birthday. How sad.
1, 2, 3 weeks, technically. From Saturday will be our next one.
Lots of time to prepare for City.
Well, too much time to prepare for City.
Way too much.
Yeah. I do apologise for my coughing. The next game is Palace versus Luton.
Well, London derby. Let's go.
I really love Luton. I really enjoy watching Luton. Fez in the group has just asked, is Ramsdale playing against Brentford? I believe so.
I hope so.
Ray won't be playing. So we'll get to see Ramsdale. I love seeing Ramsdale.
Ramsdale under the lights on a Saturday night. Whoop!
Also complimented you on the shirt.
Thank you very much. I can't remember what year this is. I do have our Sharvin on the back, though, which I forgot I had.
We had an update on Højlund as well, 2 to 3 weeks for Højlund.
Okay.
So probably post-international, maybe one game after.
Højlund better than Haaland.
The Palace versus Luton, I don't think there's much to talk about here. I do like Luton.
Yep.
I think they're really aggressive. They really put teams to, like, they take them to your wit's end.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily win, but they really push you to your best. Palace, with the new manager, have had a couple of decent results. I would have to say this is going to be a Palace win, 1-0. It's very hard to call.
Okay.
1-0's tough as well because Luton tend to score.
Luton have kind of taken Palace's place in the league a little bit as that like awkward London team that will show up. I think the trajectory of both these teams is going in opposite direction. I'm going to have to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to go Luton to win. I'm going to say 2-1.
Okay, 1-2.
1-2.
1-2. In the group, in the TikTok, we also said that Shavin was underrated, as was Riziki. I agree heavily. I'll tell you who the most underrated player ever was. Chleb.
Do you know who I think it was? Monreal.
Monreal is I don't even think he's underrated. I think he's world class.
Monreal was unreal.
We next got Bournemouth versus Sheffield United. Having watched Sheffield United, and we've talked a bit about Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Bournemouth are winning that.
Yeah.
3-0.
Bournemouth made hard work of who are they playing at the weekend? It was a team they should have beat, Burnley. They did beat them, but the game, they made hard work of Burnley.
Yeah. Bournemouth, like you got to remember, everyone assumed Bournemouth were going down after about 10 weeks of this league. Now, we all kind of, because of Slanky, we were assuming they're very good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that good, but I think they're better than Sheffield United. But
yeah.
I think Sheffield United have lost their last 3 home games, 5-0, 5-0, and 6-0.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. Yeah, I can't see anything but a Bournemouth win here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Bournemouth win too. I think they made such hard work of Burnley. I don't think they're going to make the same mistake with Sheffield United. Sheffield United are very much on a downward trajectory.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bournemouth 2-0.
Okay. Between each of these, I'm going to read out a couple of comments.
Okay.
I think it's Mr. Biscuit has said, what do you think of Nketiah to Everton? I think that'd be a really good move for both.
Yeah, both.
To be honest. As long as Everton stay up, I don't think Nketiah should necessarily go down a division.
No.
But no, I don't mind that. And they've also, I say they got money. We don't know because those owners might be in trouble. So I was going to say, because I'd like a fair whack for Nketiah. I think we deserve it. The next game is Wolves versus Fulham. This is the battle of the two mid-table that play nice football but can't score a great amount of goals.
Yeah.
That's got draw written all over it for me. I'm going to go 1-1 straight away.
Yeah, I think there could be. I reckon, unlike what you just said, I think there might be some goals in this one. But I think Wolves will come out on top. I'm going to say 3-1 Wolves.
Really like Wolves, but Fulham have really impressed me, actually. The way they've got going this season.
Yeah.
I mean, Iwobi, Munez, they've I don't know, they've just been really, really impressive.
We always talk about the teams at the top of the table. Is there an art form to being a team like
not ever in trouble, but never in Europe?
Yeah, there's an absolute considering how difficult the Premier League is. I know that there's teams at the opposite end that really struggle, like Sheffield United, Burnley haven't figured it out at all. Luton have enough, I think, to figure it out, but I don't know if they will. But yeah, to be that mid-table team that just somehow just keeps it balanced. Like you might win, you might lose, but you keep it balanced enough to keep yourself in the Premier League. There's a real art form to that.
Yeah. And in the group, they're saying Wolves and Fulham have been really impressive. Really been impressed. I just think they don't score enough goals. Neto is a doubt after hurting I think it was his ankle on the landing the other week. But no, I think they're both very good. They're both, I wouldn't be surprised if they end 9th and 10th in the league. I'll come back to that at the end of the year, but they just feel, both worry me if we had to play them. We've already, we got 1 point out of Fulham this year out of 6. Wolves, we've already beaten, but I mean, we still got to go away from home.
That'd be tough.
The next game is the Arsenal game.
Okay.
Arsenal home to Brentford. I think it's the end of this weird, bring Neto to Arsenal. Yes, I 100% agree.
I think Tottenham are in the conversation for Neto.
Yeah, but we can't allow that. It needs to be Arsenal. It's the end of the 5-0, 6-0 and all this.
Yeah.
I think it could be 3-1 Arsenal.
Yep.
I really apologise for my coffee. I like Brentford. I think Wissa coming back has been huge. Yeah. I think Tony's looked good. Mopé's actually really helped them out.
He stepped up.
They're not the Brentford that we thought last year. And again, they're still missing Mbeumo. It's not, when they have everyone, then they're not going to probably see it because Tony's probably going to moved on. But Tony will cause us trouble. I think we'll have more trouble on our goal than we've had this year.
Yeah.
And that includes the Liverpool and Newcastle because they didn't really get forward that much.
Yeah.
I think Tony's going to get in and around it. I think Mopé might try and pinch Saliba a little bit and kind of get under their skin.
He's a real stirrer, that guy.
And with Ramsdale playing, I do think we have the ability to get a bit more emotional, and we've got a team that could make us emotional in Tony and Mopé.
The Brentford crowd always get on Ramsdale's case as well.
Yeah, so we beat them away from home. It was a very tight one. Brentford have had a worse dip into form. In the group, they kind of think it could be another thrashing because Brentford aren't very good.
Let's hope so.
Again, Tony could be on his A game, like they're saying over on TikTok, in an attempt to impress Arsenal. Yeah, and I think he always causes a bit of trouble. And watching him, some games he looks so good and he just bullies people. And in some games he's not ever in the game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, obviously, this week it won't be one of those. DAFC and on TikTok thinks we should be very confident. I'm going to go 3-1.
Yeah.
Because it's the Emirates, I do feel a lot more confident. And this is the game before Porto. So this is literally 3 or 4 days before.
It's a real test for that game.
It's going to be one of those where I think we're going to have to, what's the word? Almost pretend they're Porto. Come out of the blocks, get the crowd up. It's the evening. It's only 5:30, but it's a similar vibe that we're going to have in a few days' time.
Yeah.
Get ahead of it and experience it first. So use it almost like a dress rehearsal. And I think 3-1, and I think it might be an early set piece that opens them up.
Okay. 3-1's fair. I think it'll be an Arsenal win. You know what? I'm going to carry the confidence into this game. And like we did last week, Tom's not in there, so he can't help me out with this again.
You're not going 6-0, eh?
I'm not going 6-0. I'm going to go 4-0 Arsenal.
Honestly, we'd be out of control at that point. If we score more than 3, we're out of control. And again, it's going to stop because we've got City next, and then
I might have tipped it too far there and been a little bit too confident for a change. But
what are the chances that we do win that 4-0?
Yeah,
and then we have 3 weeks off. They go to Dubai. Do whatever they did last time.
Salt Bay. Go to Salt Bay's restaurant.
Everyone hated that, and then we got really good. And then we come back and beat City 5-0 away from home.
I'd combust.
Can you imagine?
I think
if we imagine if they beat Liverpool and everyone's like, oh, okay, it's just City's to win, and then they go against us, but we just win 5-0.
Wild. I think people would have to really start thinking about us.
I think that would be the real. I think we'd all be confused. It's not going to happen, but it'd just be funny.
Yeah. You never know.
I agree that the international break is a bad time, Mr. Biscuit.
Yeah, it always is.
You do lose your momentum a little bit. Last time we had no momentum, so it wasn't an international, but it was a winter break.
Yeah,
and it kind of got us kickstarted us back.
Yeah.
We got Yeti over here. Thinks Kai's going to grab a couple against them. He's got his confidence back.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope we win. It's one even against Burnley, right? Sheffield United, right before the game kicked off. I went, "Oh, we might lose."
Yeah,
I was really panicked. And within 15
PTSD,
minutes, within 15 minutes, I was like, "Oh, wow, it's actually continuing."
Yeah.
So who knows? But I'm going to go 3-1. Joe's gone 4-0. The next one is Villa versus Spurs. This is a good game. I can't stand Spurs, and I'm not a big fan of Villa. Villa are much better at home.
Yeah.
I think Spurs. I said this the other day. I think Spurs are in our banter era.
Yeah.
I think their team now is the Lacazette, Aubameyang, Guendouzi one that we kind of look back at. At the time, we fell for it.
Yeah.
And we got excited, and they were doing videos in the dressing room with very bizarre outfits.
Yeah.
And they were calling each other Fofty, and they were talking about where's my bag and giving each other money, and youth players were involved in bets.
What a time.
It was a very odd time. And we were like, this is fun. I love the vibes. It was all vibes. I remember us saying that. We were coming 6th.
Yeah.
And then we'd go, but it was all vibes.
I now hate vibes.
Yeah, I don't want any vibes. I want them to win.
I want them to perform like robots.
I feel like with their manager saying mate and having such a high line and them being very unconvincing and people like James Maddison walking around their training ground.
Yeah.
I think they're in their banter era.
It's getting
which
weird.
Means they could bring a trophy. They could come top 4.
Yep.
But they're definitely going to do something stupid along the way. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because when we were in our banter era, they were in Champions League finals.
Yep.
And again, that was as good as it got. And as good as our banter era got was the FA Cup. And so we actually ended up doing better in our banter era to their golden era. But I think their banter era could bring something.
Yeah, it does. The chaos sometimes brings something.
But it will end badly.
Yeah.
With some of the players will be asked to leave and get payouts.
Yeah.
The manager will be livid at some point. He already has lost it. He's talking about respecting officials, and then he changed it to chasing officials.
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, they're in their banter era. I think Villa also are. I think they're doing, by the way, they're doing very well.
Villa
they are
solid.
6 points behind us.
Yeah, it's close.
To do that with 10, 11 games left, not because we're so impressive, but I mean, we're 1 or 2 points behind. We're 1 point behind City. They're 7 points behind City.
Yeah.
what he's done is unreal. But similar to what I say about Man United, we've lived through the Emery era.
Yeah.
You can't spam that many shots on your goal and not eventually get a hiding.
No.
Or fall off. We were in Villa's position right now, by the way, when we had Emery.
Yeah.
We ended up coming 5th.
Okay.
And all we had to do was win 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
We lost all 5 at the end of the season. So Villa, that could be coming your way because we've experienced it.
It's a similar situation. It feels like they're punching a little bit too high.
Yeah.
And it's all going well, but it could also come crashing down very quickly.
Ollie Watkins, though, wow. Unreal.
Unreal player.
Tom's in the chat. 6-0, I was right.
Tom, let's go. We have mentioned you a lot of times.
Tom, yeah, I don't know if you've just joined, but Joe was just giving you, or David Seaman over here was just giving you massive credit and saying that I hope Tom's here because it's a joint win for both of us.
I said, come back. We'll celebrate the 6-0. I did say 6 corners, but you got it with the 6-0. You helped me with that. And because of that, on top of the prediction league. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think Villa are very good. I think they'll win this.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good game. And I would like to see... It's a hard one, isn't it? Because at this point, we kind of need Spurs to beat them.
Yeah.
Because we just need them to just back off a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Because again, we've got those horrible away games. We could drop a few points.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Villa go above us and we're like, oh my God, can we come top 4?
Yeah.
So there's a part of me that wants Villa to win. So I'm going to go draw just for wishful thinking.
That's fair. A draw. It's someone said in the chat. I can't remember the name. Sorry, but they did say there's a draw written all over this. Can I quickly say Tom has predicted 4-0 on Saturday for us?
I'm going to write Tom.
Wait, quickly though. I've already predicted 4-0 on Saturday. Yeah. So Tom, we're on the same wavelength.
You and Tom be back here next Wednesday.
Can we keep doing this to the end of the season, please? Because it seems to be working.
Even though there's a massive gap after this one for our next game in the Premier League, I need you both here in 3 weeks' time, ready for the Etihad to say something crazy like 5-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-2. What are you going?
I was going to go draw just because obviously a few comments in the chat said draw, you said draw. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I'm going to take a slight risk here just because I can afford to. And I'm going to say this is a Villa win. Okay. I think this will be 2-1 Villa.
Okay. The next game is West Ham Burnley. Don't really want to talk about it. West Ham are going to win 3-0.
It's the battle of the Clarets. Yeah, West Ham. I think they've got a little bit of form back. They're getting there, but Burnley, they're not really showing.
They're
anything.
Not good.
I think this will be West Ham 2-0.
Yeah, Jared Bowen's going to get a couple.
Yeah.
The next one is Brighton versus Forest.
Okay.
Can't possibly. Yeah, Mr. Biscuit said Bowen is for sure scoring. You're not wrong. He definitely is.
Absolutely.
If you want to bet and bet responsibly, Bowen 2 shots on target. That's my pick of the week.
That's a good bet.
Put £1.50 on it.
Ooh.
If you. Oh,
I'm sure it'll be
if you can.
It'll be evens as well, so you might be able to double your money.
Who knows? No more than that though. 150 is the max. £1.50 that is. Brighton versus Forest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Forest aren't as bad as you think they are.
No.
And Brighton probably aren't as good as you think they are.
No.
That's how I'd describe that one.
That could be a complete cancel each other out situation.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brighton 2-1.
Okay.
I think that's one of the hardest games to predict.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on with either of those teams. That's a weird one.
I'm going to go draw just to play it safe. I think they'll cancel each other out. I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be any goals, but...
Nice. The next one is the big one. Liverpool versus Man City.
Wow.
Liverpool have a million injuries, but they're at home.
Yep.
There was a little rumour out there that Kelleher was injured now, which would be into the third choice keeper, which you would assume at that point
is Karius.
Karius would appear. And we know Karius doesn't play for Liverpool, but he plays for everyone.
He's everyone.
He's everyone's third choice keeper.
He'll probably come in instead of Ramsdale, knowing the way we do things.
Yeah, if Ramsdale picks up an injury this week, we might have Karius in our goal. This is a tough one. I think I've not been impressed with either team, and they're both above us.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Mr. Biscuit reckons Liverpool always beat City at home. I agree, but I think if they're not at their... The crowd is going to be so up that they could become too much for them.
Yeah.
But City are just robotic. They're boring, robotic winners.
Okay.
And that's the only way to describe it. And they're cheats, obviously. Whereas Liverpool are just... They're vibes, but not in the banter era vibes.
No. It's
atmosphere. It's like...
They're a force.
They can make 3 18-year-olds sit in the midfield and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because the crowd are just so intimidating. A draw would be nice, yes, Yeti. So a draw, and I'm going to go draw. I think it's going to be 2-2.
Okay.
I have a horrible feeling this game might be in some way decided by a very bad VAR decision.
Yep.
And I say that off the back of the controversy of Liverpool last week. Liverpool had a controversial 1-0 win in the 99th minute, whatever it was. People complaining about the time of the goal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a minimum.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. Them not getting the ball back is a problem, hence why that ref was removed from games this week. And his punishment was he's now VAR for the Arsenal game
Paul Tierney.
after helping Liverpool. So, hey, watch out for that, because that can't be beneficial to us. I don't think there's a conspiracy. I don't think there's anyone particular that wants to, whatever,
Yeah.
do. I was just trying to refresh these bits.
Yeah, sorry, TikTok. Scott's just trying to
Oh my goodness.
verify so the live can continue. Just while we got a couple more predictions. I was going to side with Liverpool on this one because I feel like they might disrupt City a little bit with the atmosphere and the work rate. But I'm being hopeful and I'm going to predict a draw.
Yep.
Just because that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going draw and I'm going to say 3-3. I think it'd be a wild game.
Yeah, it does feel that way. It's a hard one. Usually there's one team you can kind of afford to win more. But I think if City win that and then they're playing us and they beat us, I think that's the season done.
Yeah.
If Liverpool were to win, but then City were to beat us, it makes it more manageable.
Yeah.
But if Liverpool win and then win, now they've opened up a 5-point gap ahead of everyone. And it'd be like a 5-point gap ahead of City and about 7 ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah.
With 10 games left, I don't think we can overcome that. And again, we're all kind of waiting for Liverpool to drop off because of their lack of depth.
Yeah.
Or not lack of depth, but just lack of players.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
And it's a real worry because I could easily see Liverpool not lose now to the end of the season. They almost seem like the team that I can see losing least out of the 3.
Yeah.
And they've got the best run in. And as the players become more available, they're going to get the way they work with Klopp and that, they get stronger as it goes because I think it's like the atmospheres get bigger, they get bigger.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with us, the bigger it gets, the smaller we get.
Yeah.
I think City just play the exact same the whole way through. So I think if Liverpool win this, and then we beat City, it becomes a 2-horse race.
That's if I knew that we were going to beat City.
That's what I mean.
I'd want Liverpool to knock them off here just to get City out of the conversation.
I think it'd be nice because if we could beat Brentford, we'd go top. A draw would mean we stay top.
Yeah.
Because we'll be on goal difference above Liverpool. But there'll be 1 point between us and City. And like all 3 teams will be within 1 point.
Yeah.
Which is quite exciting because then when we play City, a point would bring us both up to Liverpool. And if Liverpool win, they go 3 points clear. But I mean, or 2 points clear. But 2 points is not unsurmountable like it is right now because they're 2 points ahead. So there's a chance in which they draw that and then we draw with City that everything is exactly how it is right this second.
Yeah.
And I'd kind of take that just to get through this little gap.
Just get it done.
It's just I can't guarantee neither of those teams won't just win the rest of the games. So
City, it's tough because I would say City worry me more if they're still in the conversation because I think
they do worry me the most.
They have an ability to just kind of grind out results. Like last season, they caught up with us very quickly. But Liverpool, like you said, for whatever reason, just seem to win. Like I can't see.
And with the Klopp leaving, it's just like a voodoo. Like
him losing.
Yeah, I just can't see it happening. It's really weird. Like he tried to lose the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
He tried to lose the FA Cup recently. Like he brought against us. He brought a load of players. It was almost like I don't want to replay. So he just brought a load of teenagers and then they beat us.
They figured it out. Yeah.
And there's like some kind of weird magic going on there that it wouldn't surprise me if they don't win a treble this year of Carabao, Europa, and Premier League.
He's definitely leaving them in a good spot because these kids seem to have bought into the whole style.
Yeah, I do think a De Zerbi-based Liverpool next year without Salah and Van Dijk, though, could be banter.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll take it.
Who knows? Because Xabi Alonso is going to Bayern Munich by the looks of it.
That's a shame for Liverpool because I feel like that's a good fit.
And before the last game, which is fitting because it's Chelsea-Newcastle, Andrew in the chat has said 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again.
Absolutely, Andrew.
And Chelsea could do with him right now because they're very bad. They need to be better.
It's frustrating.
We've talked about on here. So much potential, so little lived up to. They need to figure something out. I don't know if it's a manager. Obviously, it's been ran terribly.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it's a shame if this happens because I mean they laughed at us. The players literally laughed at us during our era, so I don't want to necessarily be like, oh, I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
I don't, but they're going to have to figure something out because there is some talent in there.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I think maybe Pochettino just isn't a very good manager. Maybe we need to start having that conversation.
Yeah, I think you were explaining what he's done so far. He always gets put in the conversation of like the better managers in the world.
Yeah.
And you explained to me last night.
He doesn't have a trophy yet.
He doesn't have a trophy, and he's not really gained anything from any of the clubs he's been at.
Well, Tottenham talk about their golden era where they got to a Champions League final and that was it.
Yeah.
And he did that. But he also had a generational forward in the world.
He had every chance Tottenham had to win something major.
And he still didn't.
He didn't.
And then he went to PSG and he still didn't, which that's all they do.
Yeah.
And then now he's got the richest side in the world and he can't seem to even win. He couldn't beat Liverpool's children in a cup final.
It's the fact that he I don't understand where all the conversation comes from with these managers because I like Poch a lot. I want him to succeed somewhere. But
sorry, Sam Saverny says Poch is just very Spursy.
It's
the history of the Tottenham.
It is. Maybe he's been jinxed by being there.
Like Kane is.
Yeah, maybe there is some sort of curse they've got on him. I don't know.
We have a curse because we went unbeaten and we won all these FA Cups and we went to Champions League finals and just unreal. We had the best player in the world in Thierry Henry playing for our club.
Yeah.
And we got cursed for 10 years where we could only win 4 FA Cups and 3 Community Shields.
Yeah.
That was our curse for doing something so good. What they did was win nothing, get a Champions League final, and now they've been cursed even more. So that's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. So yeah, the conversation with Poch, I don't know. I like him a lot. I think he can be a good manager. He just hasn't proven anything yet.
Yeah.
But the fact that Arteta's not talked about as being a great manager for what he's done, we've already discussed this. But that conversation of Poch and Arteta, like Arteta is already doing more than Poch did in his whole career so far as a manager.
Unfortunately, that is. I say unfortunately, that is true.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Biscuit just said, "What if it's not a Spurs curse? It's a Kane curse. Maybe he's been cursed." Because you remember he was a Hale Ender.
He was.
When we were really bad. And then he left. And then we won an FA Cup, even as a small child.
Maybe there is something.
And he went to Spurs and then they haven't won anything.
And then he's gone to Bayern Munich and it's a bit odd.
They can't now win. That's all they do.
They only just got by Sociedad, was it last night? Lazio.
They won 3-0 though, to be fair. Like,
they got there.
That's what we need to do to
True.
Porto.
So, Chelsea-Newcastle. Chelsea frustrate me. Because like we said, the potential. Every week we talk about it.
Yeah.
We said it to our good friend Alex, who's a Chelsea fan, who listens to this as well. I want them to do well with what they've got right now, not necessarily based on the money and the history and like anything they've done to us in the past. This current situation, I want that group of players and managers to do well. And he didn't believe me, but I'm being honest with that. There's something there that I quite like. I like Conor Gallagher. I like the team. Newcastle are in a weird spot. They were going strong for a little bit, not so much now. So this is a really odd game. Stamford Bridge under the lights, Monday, I guess.
Yeah, I think Newcastle are such a weird side.
Yeah,
they're the richest team in the world. They can't use any of the money. They were in the Champions League, and we were talking about Newcastle being back, and then they're now probably not going to make Europe potentially this season at all in any way. They're going to have to sell some of their best players. And there's no Champions League football to look forward to next year like they had this year.
Yeah.
I can't say it's not funny. So I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a really fun game.
Yeah, I think it will be.
I think both teams are so chaotic.
Yeah. It'll be wide open, this one.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm actually going to say Chelsea are going to nick it.
Okay.
I think Nicholas Jackson's looking good at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3-2 Chelsea.
Okay. That's near what I was going to go for, but I'm going to go for a chaotic draw. I think both teams are just going to bang some goals, and I think it'll be 3-3.
Yeah. Good. That's the prediction league this week. There might be a secondary pod this week because of the Porto game. I can't remember if it's next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday.
So therefore, the next podcast will be post the match.
Yeah.
And we haven't previewed it. So there will definitely be a podcast
before
the game. It might just be me. I don't know.
Well, I will be here come Tuesday evening next week. So
before the game.
Yes.
That'll be a quick podcast to get.
It'll be very quick. We've also got to record the Pepcorn Boys, which you can also check out on all platforms.
You can. A couple questions on TikTok just to finish it. Sam says, I don't think Pep could do what Arteta's done the same time frame, the same budget. I agree. We did talk about that earlier, and I definitely agree. Football with Sam says, who do you want Arsenal to sign this summer? I think we offload El Nani, Cedric, Nketiah, Nelson, and Ramsdale, and we bring in a centre forward. I don't know the centre forward because it's tough. I think Neto.
Yep.
And probably a midfielder I've never heard of, but it's going to be unreal.
We'll go Onana. Why not?
And I quite like Everton. I really like the size of him.
Yeah.
And then probably an inverted fullback of sorts.
I would have thought so.
Other than that, I don't know. People talk. We needed a striker, then we scored all the goals in the world. It's tough. Everyone says we needed a defender, then Kiwior is now good. It's tough.
Do we have to sign another goalkeeper if Ramsdale's leaving?
Yes.
Because I don't think our third choice is quite there.
Do you know who you get?
Who?
Karras. Mr. Biscuit says all the stick he gets, Mr. Jackson does score a lot of goals. I agree.
He does.
I do agree. Watkins from Sam, that's how I'm going to finish it. That would be the ideal centre forward. An Arsenal fan, come on to the Arsenal. You'll score loads of goals because his goals and assists here this year, he's like the top, I think, for the season.
Get over here.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but for sure, I agree with him. But you can follow this show. We are on iTunes and Spotify, the podcast. Download the episodes. Get subscribed to it. Look forward to it. We do some preview pods. We do every Wednesday. We do this pod where we kind of round up everything that happened in the Premier League plus Prediction League. We are over on Gunners R Us on TikTok where we are live currently. So if you're not watching that, make sure every Wednesday, 10 a.m. English time, you'll be able to watch that. And we also have a YouTube that we throw up the trailer, but TikTok is where it's at. iTunes and Spotify is where it's at. Follow us on both. Get involved. We're trying to build a little community here, and then we can talk football, Arsenal, whatever you want to talk. But we'll be back next Wednesday. Joe, do you have an outro this week? I
do.
Because Joe does do an outro every week, and it does well on TikTok. So we'll see what you've got this week. Who are we playing?
Brentford.
Well, okay, I might have to do my own Porto one at the end of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so are you ready?
Yes. Unlike last time, we will not be stepping into the hive to retrieve the honey. This time, the bees will be flying their way down the M25, bringing a little travel mug of honey. So when they arrive to the home of Arsenal, Gunnosaurus will reach inside that travel mug and retrieve that sweet nectar so we can taste that sweet, sweet taste of victory. Come on, Arsenal!